In this video, I wanted to cover a technique that I wish I would have been applying earlier, to be quite honest with you. So this technique that I'm speaking of here today is the idea of, if you truly want to learn something, you truly want to grasp something, you have to teach it. You really must teach it. And there's a number of ways to do this, and that's something that I'm going to be covering in this video to give you guys some ideas, right? Because what works for one person might not be the best solution for another, right? And with me personally, I have this YouTube channel here, and this is how I am mostly teaching you guys, right? Now, it helps me learn things better when I can, make these videos and teach it back to you guys, right? Because if you ever try to teach something to someone, one thing that you'll notice is, questions come up in your mind that you might not have considered before trying to teach it. And it really makes you think about it in a more in-depth way. It makes you think about whatever you're trying to teach from multiple angles. And that really, I can't really understate just how helpful that is to thoroughly learning something. You end up having to do research oftentimes beyond what you would normally have done if you just did the quick and dirty learning it and using it for your own purpose, and that was it, right? And not only that, when you do teach someone, especially if it is an environment where they can communicate back to you and ask you questions, maybe you're teaching someone one-on-one, right? Maybe you're explaining it to someone in person, or maybe, on a platform like YouTube where there's commenting and stuff like that. Your audience, or, whoever you're teaching to, they might ask you some questions that get you thinking about things, getting you thinking about something that you might not have, a question you might not have had on your own. And so it really helps solidify your understanding of things. And you don't have to be a YouTuber. That's definitely not what I am saying in this video. If you want to, then go ahead, go after it. But there's a number of ways where you can teach people stuff, right? A huge thing in security is having your own blog site. Honestly, this is something that I have, but I need to maintain a bit more myself. But a blog could be an excellent way to not only showcase to others your knowledge, but also to put you in that kind of teaching mindset where you're trying to explain something to other people, and that's causing you to really dive in and understand things better. Because it's very easy to kind of fool ourselves into being like, oh yeah, I know how that works. I understand how that works. But then if you actually tried to explain it to someone, you might struggle to really articulate yourself there. And you realize, like, okay, maybe I don't have as solid of an understanding with this as I thought I did. And then that causes you to do that additional research to actually truly dive in and start digging in and really learn whatever the subject matter is that you're trying to teach. And so there's many ways you can do this. A blog is an excellent way to do it because it puts you in that mindset of, okay, I'm trying to, through typing or through writing, I'm trying to explain maybe it's something complex, but I'm trying to break something down and explain it to someone who doesn't already know it. And that could be very valuable, especially if there's commenting and feedback. But even if there's not, there's still a lot of value in it, just because of the kind of knowledge and the thinking that it requires and the learning that it requires. In addition to that, if blogging doesn't seem as much up your alley, then you could always maybe teach it to other people in person. Maybe you have some coworkers. Maybe you're already in this space, or some people that are also interested in security. Well, you can start teaching it to them, and you'll be benefiting them most certainly, and they'll probably pay you back for that in some ways. Maybe some opportunities come your way out of that, but it will definitely get you, thinking along the same manner, right? And so no matter what it is that you pick, so long as you are explaining it to someone else, right? Doesn't matter the medium. What matters is overall, that you are actually putting yourself in this situation where you're having to explain something. oftentimes I found that like, okay, I didn't know as much as I thought I did. And then when I learned this stuff and I explained it, I'm like, wow, I learned something, right? Just explaining it, like, wow, I learned something, or I never thought of it that way. So there's just a lot of benefits to it, whether it be video, whether it be blogging, or even in-person training or teaching people in person. Maybe you even have like a newsletter or something you send out. You can get creative with it. You can pretty much do it however you want, but you know, help your friends out with the OSCP that are struggling as well. Even if you don't have it, you can give them tips, right? Maybe you're someone who has been on this journey for a little bit and you picked up some strategies, some techniques, some tools, things like that. And you can share that out with someone you know, or maybe a stranger. Whatever the case may be, it'll get you thinking, and that's going to make you stronger at the end of the day. And so we're all leveling up together. You know, maybe you join my Discord and you want to be a part of the conversation there. Link in the description for that, by the way. But that's something you could do, right? You could just go on there, start mingling with other people, the like-minded individuals going for the same thing, similar goals as you. And you can provide value to other people in there, and then that could help you better understand whatever kind of value you're trying to provide, right? And so it really is a win-win all around if you apply this technique. So pretty short and sweet. Just wanted to convey that message in this video. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video as well. Help out with the algorithms and really just get this message out there. And I will see you guys over in these OSCP videos here if you are eager to get started. So see you there. Thanks for watching.